Okay. Warning, the reverse housing crash of 2023 has started. So I had to just go live. Like I literally was about to go out. I always tell you guys I'm about to go out my I Buy Houses shirts because this is a great market. But then I said, okay, I'm going to go live. I'm literally going to live stream on YouTube, TikTok, and all of the others and just share this because this is really good information. And I want you guys to understand the opportunities that exist. There are so many great opportunities that are going to come from this. And I want you to take advantage of it because, of course, whenever there's any type of recession, market crash, bubble, anything like that, there's winners and there's losers. And if you have the right information, you can be a winner. Okay. You literally can benefit from this. So we're going to talk about what you can do, how you can make money, how your business can make money, how you can get business credit and business funds, where you should be getting and going for these things. And I'm going to explain all of it. Okay. So I'm literally live right now. It's a Monday. So if you're watching this as a recording, know that today is Monday, September 18th, and things are changing. So like I said, I decided to go live because the housing, there's this like reverse housing crash that I wanted to really talk to you guys about, explain to you because it's good information. And one of the things that I know is we're stronger together. And a lot of the reasons why many of us lose out is because we don't have the information. So one of the things I always vowed to do is once I got rich, once I was making money, I don't care how much money I have, I'm going to share the information because I used to be broke, bankrupt, bad credit in my parents' basement, no money. And today I'm a multimillionaire. So I'm going to share. All right, so let's get to it. Welcome. I see so many people joining the live. I love it. Okay. So like I said, I had made a live talking about the housing market, but I want to talk to you about why it's getting destroyed. And again, what this reverse housing crash kind of is. So it's not, I always explained, and if you go back to months ago, I was talking about a housing crash, but not the one that we saw in 2008, 2007, like when Noelle lost everything and ended up in her parents' basement. Not that same crash. It was going to be something a little bit different. And so let me talk about what that means and what's going on right now. We have a situation where mostly new construction housing is being built, but mostly new construction apartment buildings, high-end luxury buildings. I don't care what city you live in, whether you're in Kansas City, Indianapolis, Atlanta, LA, Sacramento, Seattle, wherever you are in the United States, because I know this, I've already looked these things up. The major thing that's being built at historic levels over 50 years, the historic levels of what's being built is high-end apartment buildings. Okay. So multi-unit apartment buildings. Okay. I see people in the chat already like, yes, Noelle, yes. And these rents are really high. Okay. Like a 1-bedroom, $1,800 a month, a 2-bedroom, $2,300 a month, a 3-bedroom, $3,000 a month. You know what I mean? Like really high rents across the nation, and rents are up. And one of the reasons rents are up is because interest rates are up. Okay. So we see the Federal Reserve raise interest rates, what they charge to banks. And essentially what that does, of course, is pass down to the consumer. You and I, when we're buying houses, if we go to buy a house or a car or anything like that, we're seeing that interest rates are up. But just talking about just the housing market. Okay. Interest rates, and I'm going to look this up. I looked this up on the last live that I did, and I'm going to show you guys this again. I want you to see this because it's so crazy. It's so important, like what today's interest rates are. Okay. And I'm going to show you, and you guys are going to be like, oh my gosh, Noelle. And I'm going to share so many great things with you guys because you're going to be like, oh my gosh, because they're even higher than the last one live that I did last week. That's why I said I have to just keep going live, but I want you guys to do something because like I said, there's a great opportunity, and I'm going to share that with you on how you can make a lot of money in this. All right. This is an opportunity for you. Know that recessions and bubbles and things like that makes millionaires. So look right here. Look on the screen. I'm sharing my screen. All right. Do y'all see this? I am sharing my screen. Look right there. 30-year fixed rates. All right. 8.097. That's crazy, right? Crazy. Okay. So think about if 80% of the mortgages right now out there that people already have. Okay. So people that own a home right now, they're living in that house like Noelle, I'm in my house, in my home office, you are in your home that you own. 80% of the people that have a mortgage, their interest rate is less than 6%. Some people have 5%, 4%. Many people, I think it's over 50% have interest rates. Under 40%, about 40% have interest rates under 3. So people have 2.5s, 2.75, 2.875. And if you go to buy a home now, your mortgage is 40% higher than it was. Okay. So this is crazy. Think about that. So how could you get houses? You think about that. We're going to talk about that in a second because I'm still buying houses. Of course, I want those people's houses that have those great mortgage rates, 3% and 4%. I'm taking over mortgage payments. I'm doing lease purchases. I'm getting those houses. Okay. And you can too, because none of those mortgages should go into foreclosure. Okay. None of the, you will be, do not let anybody that has a 3%, 4%, 5% mortgage go into foreclosure, because you can't get those rates again. In real estate, let me explain something to you. You guys know real estate is the number one way to wealth. Okay. More than 89% of all millionaires have been created. So through real estate, more millionaires have been created through real estate than any other investment. Okay. So you know this. All right. So that's an easy concept to get. You can get like, oh, okay, if I got 10 rental properties, if I own an apartment building, if you own an apartment building, think about that. Because I already explained high end and what rents are going up to. So this is the opportunity. And I'm going to get into this a little bit more and how you can use business credit and business funds. I'm going to explain those things to you in a second. But this is the opportunity that you have. If you can educate yourself and you know what to do, as all of these things start to happen, you can start picking up properties for pennies on the dollars. And again, you do not have to be a landlord. You don't have to keep them. You literally can flip them to other investors for $5,000, $10,000. You can do a fix and flip and get rid of it in 6 weeks, 8 weeks. You get what I mean? You can partner with the seller and then fix it and flip it and not even have to put the mortgage in your name. Like there's so many things that we do. You can sell the lead to a real estate agent and they just pay you and they sell the house for them. So many different things that you can do to make money. So I want to stop for a second because I want to tell you guys a little bit about, like I said, I started from my parents' basement, broke, bankrupt, bad credit, no money, just the worst situation ever. And was able to start doing wholesaling and then fixing and flipping. And then I got into rental properties and then into the teaching, the YouTube, becoming influencer, like just growing and growing with this real estate thing and telling you that you can start from anywhere. Don't look at where I am today and say, oh, you said you're a multimillionaire. Oh man, I can't get there. I was broke. I was bankrupt. I had bad credit, no money, single, having my third kid, moved into my parents' basement with my third kid, pregnant with my third kid. So just the worst situation ever. So you can turn this around. So if you're not in a great position right now, know that you can turn this around. If you are a working person, this is the opportunity for you. Okay. This is the opportunity. If you have a job, you have some income, you are in an amazing situation. Amazing. Okay. Because you'll be able to get hundreds of thousands of dollars in business credit and business funds and be able to buy real estate and not have to use any of your money or your social security number. Okay. And so one of the things that I wanted to share with you guys really quickly was that I started investing. Like I said, I started from my parents' basement. Then I moved on to wholesaling, then fixing and flipping, then rental properties. But I'm now in Florida. I live in Orlando, Florida, Kissimmee, Florida, right outside of Disney World. Okay. And I have properties and a lot of them, and we're really focused, is right outside of Disney World. And we have stuff in North Carolina and Georgia and things like that. I invest in other states. But my primary thing that I'm doing right now that's making me a lot of money with the short-term rentals, the Airbnbs, are around Disney World, Universal Studios, SeaWorld, this Orlando area. But I started investing in this in Florida before I ever moved to Florida. And so I wanted to invite you, if you're watching this, again, today is Monday. If you're watching this today, Monday, or tomorrow, Tuesday, I have a free class that I'm going to be teaching for the Florida Real Estate Investor Association. So let me share that with you really quickly, because this is a free class where you can literally learn how to invest in real estate, and it's absolutely free. And it's a free class. It's not like here where I can't really interact with you. It's a free class, and we're almost, all the RSVPs are almost done. We've opened up a few more spaces, but it's on Zoom, so you can be from anywhere. But know that I started investing in Florida before I ever moved to Florida. Okay. And so now I'm the president of the Florida Real Estate Investor Association. I run that. And again, lots of people in Florida investing in Florida, but you do not have to live in the state of Florida to have rental properties here. Okay. To do real estate here. And you know that there are over 74 million tourists that come to this area alone, this Orlando area. But there's other great areas in Florida. I love Jacksonville and Miami and Sarasota and Ocala and Tampa, like Clearwater, Clearwater, all of the different beaches, Daytona, Destin. Like there's so much in Florida, which is why I relocated here from Texas. And I've lived in Texas, California, Connecticut, Virginia. I've lived in a lot of different states and invested in a lot of different states, but I love Florida just because of the weather. And of course, like I said, Disney World is not going anywhere, and it just attracts so much business. And I'm able to, globally, I get people renting my properties from all over the world, not just America, and they take really good care of them. So long story short is on September 19th, tomorrow, there's a free meeting. You just go to FloridaFLREIA.org. Okay, stands Florida, FL, Florida, then REIA, Real Estate Investor Association.org. FloridaFLREA.org. Go there right now, register for free. Okay, a free meeting that we're having. We're talking about investing. You do not have to live in the state of Florida and still get rental properties here or still do rentals here. And again, you don't have to own them. You can send us properties and get paid for them. You can find properties if you know people, if you're traveling. So many ways for you to make money with this. Okay, and again, absolutely free. So make sure you do this. Okay, make sure you do that. All right, so go to FloridaREIA.org now and register for the free class tomorrow. I want to see you there. Again, we have limited spots, so go right now. RSVP. It's absolutely free. All right, no cost to it. And it's not like YouTube. It's actually, it's on Zoom, so we'll be able to communicate with each other. Absolutely free. And you want to do this because, like I said, when I was living in Texas, I was doing Airbnbs. I had started transitioning my portfolio from my rental portfolio from a lot of vacant, unfurnished rental properties to the Airbnbs, short-term rentals. And again, not just Airbnb, but putting them on all the websites, vacation rental by owner, also known as Vrbo, Expedia, booking.com. And again, I love booking.com. We get a lot of like global people that use booking.com and they pay a lot of money. So long story short, I start doing that when I'm in Texas, and I actually partnered with one of my students that lived in Florida in the Orlando area, and we got some apartments. We didn't even buy them. We rented some apartments, some nice, like I said, what they're building, nice luxury apartments, rented them in the business's name, furnished them, put, the towels and the beds and all of that together to make it a short-term rental, an Airbnb, and started making $1,000, $1,500 per month per property in profit. Okay. And I started doing that from Texas. And so that's one of the reasons that I moved to Florida. So I encourage you to come to the Florida REIA. It's free. Go FloridaREIA.org. Come to the meeting and learn about what it is that you can do. I had been investing in Florida before I ever moved here. So you do not have to move to Florida to invest. Again, you can have property managers, but the real estate in the market is just really solid. Okay. And it's easy. And most of the lenders lend on the properties. It's easy to get financing. And again, this is Noelle's experience and my students' experience as well. And now that we know all of our savvy tricks, how to get properties at, distressed properties at a discount, properties in foreclosure, properties, the older landlords don't want, or the older people need to move out of to go to convalescence or, assisted living, just all of these different opportunities. Okay. And that's one of the things that I'm going to tell you that you're going to have to do, because as a person, if you don't have any real estate at all right now, I already told you that real estate is the number one way to wealth. 89% of all millionaires were created through real estate. Noelle Randall herself started in her parents' basement, broke, bankrupt, and started getting $5,000 and $10,000 deals just by flipping contracts. Okay. And then as I fixed my credit, I was able to do the fix and flips, making $60, $70, $80, $150,000 on one flipped house. Okay. I'm just talking about just a little nothing house. Okay. And then getting, lots of rental properties, quitting my job, then start teaching it, get on YouTube and Instagram and all these other things and start showing people you guys can do this. Now I have, copycats that even make YouTube channels, my students, or people that just copied what I do. And that's okay, because there's so much abundance out there. There's so much prosperity available to you. I don't want you to ever think that there's competition. Is really not enough of us doing this. Really, that's the truth. I know people say, oh, everybody's in real estate. That's not true. People will get a real estate license and be a realtor and then never actually do it. But actual real estate investors, people that have lots of rental properties, flipping houses, flipping contracts, it's really not that many of us. And I really don't know why. It is so much money. Again, 89% of all millionaires created through real estate. So this is where you need to be. So again, go to that free meeting. If you're not able to go to that free meeting, I have a class that I want to invite you to. And again, super cheap. And then I'm going to get back to this, but people are asking about this. Absolute super cheap. Okay. I'm going to show you that right here. And this is where I give you the scripts and the templates and all of those things so that you can actually do a lot of these things yourself. Okay. Absolutely do it yourself. Tickets are almost sold out. The general admission is less than $100. It's 3 full days of teaching. Okay. And you get you'll get a package in the mail. I get you one of these shirts. Okay. You want one of these shirts. Okay. If you get your tickets now, you will get one of these shirts. My wealth is growing. You see that there. Walk around with that, and has the Noel Randall coaching on the back. You get this absolutely free. Plus you get another one of the books. You'll actually get a starter backpack, literally a backpack, a sack full of stuff in it, just for getting your tickets. Again, less than $100. You get a workbook, has scripts in it, has contracts in it, just less than $100. And again, 3 full days of training with me. Okay. This is the encore that we're doing. We did one in August. This is the last one this year. Do not miss out on this. Okay. Like I said, there's so many things going on in the market that you're going to be able to take advantage of and make a lot of money with. Okay. Even if you just get 2 or 3 properties to keep for yourself, that really will change your entire financial situation. Okay. I literally have my 18-year-old son working on getting a condo right now. Okay. My daughter's not even 18 yet. She's 17 and she's wanting to go to the University of Miami. We're looking at condos there to get her condos. Okay. So my kids have real estate. So I'm telling you this not as just somebody that's on YouTube like, hey, listen to me. I'm telling you, this is what I do. And this is how I was able to change my financial situation. And more importantly, this is how we can change our entire community's financial situation. Each of us doing it, having real estate, becoming owners, not being renters all the time, owning real estate, owning land. Okay. I have students bringing me land deals. And it's amazing. It is amazing. Different. And again, mobile homes, RV parks, there's so much that you can do in real estate to make a lot of money. So don't think that there's not something for you, and don't think that you don't have the money. I literally started broke, bankrupt, bad credit, no job, just the worst situation ever, and was able to get money and turn my whole situation around. And then now just doing simple things like a YouTube channel. I get leads every single day just by teaching you guys. I have people that say, hey, Noelle, in our email, literally, you can have this house. Because again, not that these are beautiful mansions that someone's trying to give you. Obviously, it's something that needs renovations and needs some rehab work, but they're willing to give me those properties absolutely free. Okay. Because they know if I renovate it, I help the community. I help I help that neighborhood. Of course, you help the owner of the home, but the owner of the home is helped. The neighborhood is helped. The community is helped. We're helping the whole economy, essentially, by renovating properties. And I know there's some people that don't like some of it, with gentrification and things like that, but know that this is economic development. I was talking to my team about that earlier. I have a master's degree from Penn State in economic development. And I can tell you at the core of it is land use, how you use your land, owning the land, who owns it, and making the land that you have as profitable as you can. And so if you have land and it has a home on it, which we call an improvement, then improving the house, renovating, switching out the cabinets and the flooring and the painting it and bringing it up to value, giving it new life, makes it worth more money. People will pay more for it. They will rent it at a higher rate. And we already talked about what rents are going for right now. Okay. Rents are crazy because interest rates to buy new construction in homes are up. So that is going to be passed on to the consumer. That there's no way around that. Okay. Now I'm about to put on my MBA hat. Okay. Noelle has an MBA from Baylor University, no cap. And so as an MBA, somebody with a master's in business administration, let me explain to you that you want to be on this side of capitalism. Okay. We live in America. Some of us, I know I have worldwide people watching me on YouTube, but most of us live in a capitalism economy. Okay. And so you can be on the side of the renter. You can be on the side of the worker. You can be on the side, but you could also be on the side of the owner, someone that owns real estate, that owns land, that's the landlord, that's receiving the monies in, that's wealth is growing due to these things. Okay. So instead of you paying high rent, you could be charging high rent. You get that. Okay. And so that's how you have to start thinking. And it is in your benefit. I know there's some bad parts to capitalism. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like there's not. There are. However, there are some really good things to capitalism. And the fact that you can win, the fact that there's not a lot of barriers to success, barriers to entry, and you can be successful. You can get real estate for pennies on the dollars. You don't have to use your own money. You literally can start a business and get business funding and get all of the money in your business's name and buy the home in your business's name. So your personal assets are protected. Your personal credit is protected. You get what I mean? So there's just so many benefits, okay, that I really want to get into. But if we're talking about what's going on in the market with this reverse, where we see how home prices are up and interest rates are up, both things, usually as home prices go up, the interest rates have to kind of come down in order for people to be able to buy. Well, that's not happening. Okay, that is not happening. Rates are continually going up. The Fed is continually raising rates on banks, who then raise the rates on the consumers. Okay, and then home prices are still going up. Wow, because there's not a lot of inventory. Most of the new construction can't keep up with the demand for housing. So if we build an apartment building, which is in a multifamily, I can get 200, 300, 400, 500 families in this one building using this land better and make a ton of money because I can charge really high really high rents. Okay. And the average person with a job, 50 grand a year can't even afford to buy a house. Okay. And especially as interest rates go up, that's decreasing your buying power. So if you were even approved for a mortgage, and say you were approved for $400,000 and that was at a 5% interest rate, and then it goes to 6, and then it goes to 7. Well, guess what? That decreased what you could buy. You literally no longer even can buy $400,000. They may lower you to $350,000, but home prices are not dropping. In most areas, they are not. So you have these high home prices, these high interest rates, and we have this greater growing disparity of wealth. That's what's happening. And so how do you combat this? You have to do what Noelle did. When I was broke in my parents' basement, bad credit, no money, just the worst situation ever, what did I do? I first started going to free real estate meetings, because obviously everyone is not losing. Obviously there are some winners and you want to be on that side. So I just started going to free meetings. That's why I invited you to the RIA. I'm going to share that with you one more time. It's absolutely free. I don't even understand why you wouldn't take me up on that one. Now, again, the Grow Your Wealth bootcamp, the Encore, that's, less than $100. But if we're talking about just learning this, okay, how can I make money with this? Someone that's willing to share, a multimillionaire, Noelle, willing to say, okay, I have a Florida RIA. I don't usually open this up to everyone, but here it goes. It's open to everyone. Even if you don't live in the state of Florida, you literally can invest in Florida. Noelle did. You can too. Just go to floridaria.org, FLREI.org. There you go. Free right at the top. You see here, right here, register for free. Let me move so you can see, register for free right now. Go there. All right. Now they will sell out. This is a free. So y'all already know people are going to take me up on this, and all the RSVPs will be gone. All right. And then for October, it's going to be just the members. So long story short, go learn that. That's what I did. I started going to free trainings and learning all of these things that I teach you. I learned, someone taught me. Okay. Then I got a coach and then really got into some of the things, but going to classes, going to seminars, going to conferences, going and learning this, different things that I could do that worked for me, woman of color, mom of 5, young kids at the time. Obviously, I'm telling you, my kids are older now, but in 2010, my kids were little. I had a baby, a 5-year-old and a 4-year-old or something like that. I had like these little kids and I was able to do it. So I know that you can do it too. I'm confident. And there's even more opportunities now to be successful because there's a lot more technology. There's a lot more apps. There's a lot more automation. There's a lot of easier things that you can do. So if you're watching me on this computer, you should be making money doing this. And let me teach you that. So come to the Florida RIA meeting, absolutely free, and get your tickets to the Grow Your Wealth event. Get this t-shirt, start going around, start marketing yourself, start saying your affirmation. My wealth is growing, because guess what? It is. Your wealth is growing. If you believe it is, and you start taking steps, it will grow. Okay. I started from nothing. I did not just one day wake up and become a multimillionaire. It was, 1,000 there, then 10,000, then 100,000, and 400, 500, 800, a million, 2 million. It grows. And you can do the same thing. You don't just start and then one day you wake up, you're a millionaire. You have to start taking the steps, and you have to start learning and getting around positive, knowledgeable, successful people. That's another thing. You're going to have to change who you're around. Not that all of the people in your family is bad or your friends are bad, but if you want to be a millionaire, you need to start talking to one. Okay. That's just as simple as that. It's the easiest way. I'm not saying that's the only way. I'm saying that's an easy way. All right. Path of least resistance. So like I said, looking at my notes right quick, You need to become an investor. That's the key to this. That is the key to this. And I'm going to share with you guys one more thing. I'm going to share with you one more thing before I go over here. I get a lot of questions. And so if you have a lot of very specific questions, of course, come to the RIA event. Come to the Grow Your Wealth. Those are events where, like I said, this on Zoom. It's you can do it all on the computer. You don't have to travel anywhere. And you can then take this information and do it from where you are. All right. I literally have invested in so many states. I have students all across the country, even in other countries. I even have one of my peoples in the Philippines did a subject to deal. Okay. So don't tell me you can't do this. Do not tell me you cannot do this. I have people that English is not their first language. I have people in wheelchairs. Okay. I have one of my students. She is amazing, incredible. She's in a wheelchair, and we're going to be partnering on a deal for some accessible homes, wheelchair accessible homes in Texas. Okay, that's an area that's needed. I have people that I've had students that worked on homes and made them specifically for deaf people. Okay, because their husband was deaf and they wanted to that was a market that wasn't touched. So, you know, with the doorbells that the lights flash and things like that, you can do real estate in your own way. You really can. And you can help people. I help people every single day, people that are behind on their mortgage payments, that are, you know, in the worst situations ever, but you have to take action. If you just keep doing the same thing that you're doing, you're going to keep getting that same result. And so if I'm telling you that this housing bubble is kind of starting to happen, where we're getting this growing divide where only these people can buy, and these people that were close to being able to buy are now no longer to do it. So it's even less buyers available, and less sellers, less people selling their homes. So we have this imbalance. And then what's being built, the new construction properties and real estate that's being built, is mostly high-end apartment buildings with really high rents. So what's the opportunity for you to get real estate? How would you get your first property? Well, let me tell you, let me teach you that. There's so many people that are behind on their mortgage payments, or in divorce, or getting relocated, or pre-probate. Their situation is, they have to move out, go to convalescent homes, go to assisted living. They need to sell those homes. So many different things that you can do to help people and make a lot of money. Okay. Really not spending a lot of money. You don't understand even how much money I get from just shirts like this. Okay. Just going to Walmart with this I Buy Houses shirts and some business cards. Simple things like that. Simple things. So it's not going to be very complicated. Like I said, I know I speak well, and sometimes I talk a little fast. So it seems like I'm smarter than I am, but I'm not. Like, someone taught me these things and I just did it. And now I'm able to teach those things to you. And that's really one of my bigger goals, is to make sure that you watching, you learn this, you do it, and you teach it. Okay. We have to start educating each other. We have to share information. Each one teach one, whether you're on YouTube, Instagram, I don't necessarily care. You can just teach it to your cousins. You can just teach it to your kids. There's so much value in the knowledge, but it's more value in doing it. Okay. We can know everything. I know tons of smart people, PhDs and more degrees than Noelle has, and all of this other stuff, and they're broke. Why? Because it's not about being smart. You have to be a doer. You have to be someone that does things. And so, like I said, come to the meeting, RSVP, get your tickets to Grow Your Wealth, be a doer, and then take that information and then do something with it. Recoup your investment, because again, you're investing in yourself. You really are investing in yourself. You're saying, okay, I want to learn this, instead of taking a college course or a course on how to use Excel, or, how to program on Google, whatever other classes you may have been thinking of. Let me tell you, starting a business, getting business credit, business funding, and knowing how to do business real estate, I'm telling you, that's where the money is. That's where the millionaires and the billionaires are. And that's where I make a lot of my money, and all of my great friends are able to do those same things. Okay. That's where the Lamborghinis come from, not from working a job. Okay. It really comes from the learning, the doing, the teaching. And I'm telling you that as me giving you my testimony too, once I started teaching it, it gave me even more opportunity. So when I first started, I didn't have a following on YouTube and TikTok and Instagram, all these things. So just think about that. I'm already a millionaire before I ever start YouTube. Then I get on YouTube and I'm telling people and teaching people, like, here's how you do it. Here's how you do it. Here's some lenders. Here's how you use PayPal and Stripe and Square. And, I'm telling all of these information. Now, all of a sudden, I'm a multimillionaire and people literally send me free houses. Crazy. Think about that for a second. Someone's like, my aunt has a house and you can have it. You can have it. Literally, Noelle, you can have it. People offering me free land. I'll give you the land, you build something on it, and then we split it. These are the type of deals that I get every single day just because I teach something that I do. Think about that. So that's the opportunity that I want you to know exists for you. I get emails all the time. I'm like still deciding about the television show, people asking me to do TV shows and fix and flip shows and all these different things. So all of these opportunities exist because I did it, because I took a chance, because I was a risk taker in my parents' basement. Basically, I don't know why it was such a big risk, but people consider it a big risk. But I feel like if you have nothing, then you definitely should be doing something. You definitely should be coming to classes, especially free ones, or spending $97 so that you can change your situation. Okay. All right. I'm gonna take a couple of questions because since I am live and I got a few more minutes up here, I'm going to take a couple of questions. Let me see what I have. President said it's the first time catching you live. I know, right? All right. Not to mention those luxury apartment has small square footage and high HOA. Yes, hot boys. Yes. Yes, you are so right. So again, because what of course are they doing? They're maximizing the land. So if we're talking about new construction, luxury apartments, they are trying to get as many units as possible in that apartment building and charge as much as they can so that they can maximize it. And then, of course, it's a lease. So it goes up and up and up. It's real estate. Your rent is not going to be the same 5 years from now. So every year when you're renewing your lease, they're going up a little bit and a little bit, a little bit every single time. And that's why real estate is the number one way to wealth. People can't live in a phone. You can't live in a computer. You can't live in an app. Okay, so there's no replacing this. You have to have somewhere to live. That's why I'm saying you need to do real estate in some regard, even if it's just RVs and mobile homes and things like that. So this is amazing. Yes, Pamela Swayzer, come to the class. Come. Okay, everything is going up. How can people afford rent? I wish I could answer that. Kim, that's a great question. Kim Ingram wrote in the chat. Everything is going up. How can people afford rent? And just almost like exasperated. And I get that, but I can't answer that. I really cannot. I don't know. Like I said, when I lost everything, okay, and ended up back in my parents' basement in Connecticut, I just knew that I needed to learn. How did other people stay wealthy? How did they get wealthy so they don't have these situations? How did they get rental properties? People were telling me that they did give the properties back. And I was like, what? And you don't have bad credit? And in many cases, they would sell it to another investor. They had a network, so many different things, but I didn't have the knowledge. So instead of focusing on how people, why people couldn't afford their rent, which is truly a good question, Kim, I decided I can't worry about that. I'm just going to focus on me and my family. And that's just where I'm going to start. I'm going to change my situation. I'm going to get real estate. And then when I figure this thing out, I'm going to teach other people how to do it. That's where I think the true answer is. You know what I mean? Is, okay, I'm going to educate myself and then share that information with you and show you how to do it. Literally take videos of the properties, get on the Zooms with my students, see their property, see what they're doing, see their contracts, help them make more money on their contracts, help them negotiate with sellers, help them negotiate with apartment complexes, get it to the situation where me and the people that I touch, we make more money. That's the real answer. You know what I mean? Because we don't have to be victims of this. We really can be in control of this. And we can start to get control by owning land. Owning real estate, owning land does lead to power. Okay. And we're stronger together. So if we're all owning real estate, we're all connected, we then have power. Then we can go to a senator and things like that and talk to them. And then the wealthier you get, you'll be surprised how many politicians I know now. When I was broke, bankrupt, living in my parents' basement, wasn't nobody calling me. But guess who calls me now to donate to their campaigns? Me. Because I'm rich. So they're inviting me to dinners that cost $10,000 a plate and, and charity events where their campaigns. So now all of a sudden I have power because now I'm talking to them about the thing that's important to me, real estate. So that's the answer. Let's not worry necessarily right now about why people can't afford rent and start to put ourselves in a position where we are the landlords. People are paying us rent. Okay, people are paying us rent and we're the benefactors of what's going on. And that's what I'm talking about. So if there's a reverse housing crash going on right now, and I'm telling you, it started, interest rates are climbing up from go look at the live that I did. I think I did a live like 3 days ago because I was like, oh my gosh, the housing market is getting destroyed when it went over 8. And now it's even higher than then. And home prices are still where they are. Remember, I'm a licensed broker in the state of Florida. So I'm a licensed broker. I have my real estate broker license. I have multiple degrees and I have lots of real estate. And so I get this information. I'm like, let me share this with you and share with you what you should be doing and how you could easily create an LLC, get an EIN, get a business checking account. And now all of a sudden you got business credit, and how you can use business credit and business funds to get real estate. And then how you can put your real estate on all of these different websites, or how if you don't want it, or if you find a deal, you can flip it to somebody and just get $5,000 and you never even had the property for longer than a week. Okay, all of these different things. This is where the opportunity is, and this is where you should be thinking and where your mind should be. So I love it. I do. I'm a very empathetic person, but what I realize is I can't help people when I'm broke. I can't help people when I'm poor. I have to get rich and get wealthy and get smart. I can't help you if I'm dumb. I have to really know things in order to teach you. So there we go. So let's just learn these. Let me teach you these things. And then you go out and start teaching other people, start getting real estate, start building your wealth, start showing people that you're a real person and what your situation used to be and what it is today. That's the power, because then they can see it. They can touch you like, wait, you're a millionaire. I remember when I first met my third mentor. I was making about $200,000 a year. So this was after I had, my first coach taught me wholesaling, and I was making like $60,000 a year minimum extra, but I wouldn't quit my job. I just didn't have the guts to. I was too programmed in the ways of the world where you have to have a job because you're a mom, you have bills and blah, blah, blah. And so I didn't have the courage to quit my job yet. So I meet my mentor and I'm making about $200,000 per year, and she's making $2 million per year minimum. So basically what I make all year, she makes in a month. And she started telling me how I should be teaching this. Instead of flipping houses, why don't you flip houses and teach people how to flip houses? And I swear to God, it was like, my mind was blown. I'd never thought of that. And she's like, while you're flipping the house, you can just take them on a tour and and I'm like, what? And it's all of a sudden I'm making just as much money from my job as I am teaching it. And now it's just blown up. You know what I mean? Like I said, if I have a YouTube channel, you guys already see with 650,000 subscribers, you know that I'm getting millions of views per month. And whether I even flip a house, I've made $1 million a year just from YouTube and things like that. But that's not the point, because I do still have real estate, because at any point they could just shut my YouTube channel down. Think about that. That happens to people. But I would have multiple streams of income. I have my rental properties, some short-term rentals, some long-term rentals. I have land that I own. I have new construction projects that I'm working on. I've met so many students and we've partnered on deals. So I have properties and real estate that I own just percentages of. Okay. So if I partner with a student and they give me 25%, or I should say, if I give them 25% or 50%, or we partner on the deal, they bring the land and I bring the construction, all of these different deals. So you end up with a lot of wealth just by teaching. Okay. And that's where the blessings come. And you don't go into it with that expectation. Like I didn't go into the expectation that people would give me free houses. I did not think, I'm going to start a YouTube channel and I'm going to get popular and then people will offer me free real estate. I never thought that or imagined that. But guess what? It happens. It literally happens. Literally, an investor said, I have some land. Do you want it? Okay. And then you build something on it and then you pay me. So free land, acres. Think about that, okay? And so my point is not for you to do exactly what I did, but that once you start up-leveling yourself and investing in yourself, you will recoup your investment. So don't be afraid to invest in yourself. Do not listen to other people and be so negative and skeptical and cynical that it can't work for you, because it can. You can have anything you want. You can be anything you want. You can do anything you want. You guys have no idea. You have no idea how many people told me I was not going to be successful. How many people told me it would not work. Literally people in my family. Wrong. They were wrong. They don't know what I'm capable of. People don't know what you're capable of. So you can do this. And I've seen moms and daughters do it together. I've seen mothers and sons partner. I've seen families, brother and sister. You don't have to do it by yourself. You and your family can change a lot. And again, it doesn't take 40, 50 real estate deals for you to be a millionaire. You literally can have 4 or 5 properties and you're a millionaire. You have revenue coming in every single month. You have properties that you can sell off and rebuy more properties, all different types of things. And again, if you have the spirit to teach, you could be getting free houses. You could be getting free houses. Okay. Okay, so somebody said, Miss Peterson, is she saying Florida Re-Up? No, Florida RIA, Real Estate Investor Association. Okay, let's get more. How do you get started without capital? So that's one of the things that we're going to be talking about, and I'll go into a little bit more detail. Definitely get your free RSVP to floridaria.org or get your ticket to Grow Your Wealth Event, growyourwealthevent.com. And we'll go into some details. But if we're talking about getting capital for real estate investing, you guys know there is so much money available for real estate. Okay. And I'm not talking about just hard money. I'm talking private money. I'm talking business credit cards, business lines of credit. There's so many different things. There's even people that have real estate that will give it to you to fix and flip. Literally, I've had sellers that they don't want to sell it. They'll add me to the title. I'll do the renovation on it. And then when we sell it, we'll split the profits. Okay. So that's why I said you got to learn it. It's too much for me to just kind of go right here. I got to get off here because I got to get going. But know that there is so much capital available, especially too when you get in the network. Okay. When you get in a network of people, because if you find the real estate deal, somebody else can bring the capital. You don't have to do it all on your own. Or you could say, I don't have any capital. Like when Noelle started, I had no money. I'll just flip you the contract and you pay me for it. So I'm just making money finding real estate deals for investors. That's where you can start if you have bad credit and no money. That's where I started. Okay. If you have a job and a little bit of money, you can easily build a business, get business funds. And now you're 3 months in, you're able to get real estate and start flipping houses. And the average profit on a fix and flip, I want to say is $63,000. Okay. Think about that. Okay. All right, so I'm going to get off here. I got another meeting I have to get to. I had to go live and teach y'all. I'm so happy for y'all. I'm so excited. So many of y'all are doing it. Florida RIA, FLREA.org. It's absolutely free. It'll probably be sold out by the end of the day because there's already like 1,000 people on this live. And then, but if you want to actually come to the full class, it's less than $100, growyourwealthevent.com. If you get your tickets to that while supplies last, we will be sending you these shirts. Okay, you're gonna be getting a shirt in the mail, literally. So let me show you that. Let me share before I show, because people was like, I didn't get my shirt. We're still shipping. We are still shipping. We're still shipping. But I want to show you right here, just so you know. Hold on a second. I'm gonna share my screen before I get off of here. And again, if you have a question, you can type it in there. I'll still answer them. I'll go back and answer my comments. So right here, when you're going to get your ticket, let's just put here. You click here to get your ticket. There's going to be a button that you click to tell us what size t-shirt you have. Now, again, you're not going to be able to pick your color. All right. You're not going to be able to pick your color. But there you go. You're going to tell us what size t-shirt you wear. It's just that easy. All right. And again, you can just come for $97, less than $100. And you just let us know. And we'll send you, while supplies last, you will get, not only you'll get a backpack with supplies in it, you get a whole box. You get the t-shirt. Inside, you'll get a workbook that you can have. And again, it's the workbook is digital. So you have it because it has contract, has a script in it, things like that. And you can edit it to your liking as you need to. You get a shirt that you can walk around and start marketing in. Just really want to make sure you have all the tools, all the knowledge, and all the information, all the resources so that you can be successful. As I always say,